So today I just want to go over. Um, I had prior videos and ideas about loneliness, but I want to add on to that. I think um, it is really lonely at the top. I think that's a common saying, and I'm not by any means saying I'm at the top or anything like that. I'm not at the top of society. There's many people far more successful than I am. But with that being said, for my age, I've done well for myself, right? And for a lot of my peers, even my coworkers that are the same age as me, we don't have the same set of problems, right? Their problems I won't have in my life because we're just living different lives. A lot of them have families already, and some have financial responsibilities that I don't have, right? So we're all walking different paths, but really, I think where it gets lonely is that you just don't really relate. So if we're even talking about people I was close to in high school, they're living different lives because it's just the upbringing so different now, right? It's been 6 years since I went to high school, and we have different careers, um, different kind of way of life. I think we can't relate. So while I'm having issues with figuring out what to do with a refinance of my house or getting a second mortgage, they still haven't even got their first mortgage. So this is kind of like where you're stuck in this area where you don't relate. And if I talk to people that are in the same shoes as me, they're usually in their late 20s to early 30s, and they're living a different life too. So they grew up at a different time, and maybe not the late 20s, but especially the early 30s. I mean, it's a 10-year age gap. They grew up somewhat differently, and they do have some different philosophies that you picked up later, growing up at a later time with the internet being around. But it is truly lonely. I think I also think it's lonely because you you ironically get more ambitious, right? So you see the value that you hold. I think everyone holds a lot of value actually, but when you are making money, you truly feel it. So you feel like the world is reflecting the value that you give it, and I think that's something that's lucky that I've ran into. So I don't think I can lose this feeling of feeling valuable, and I don't think a lot of people have felt that way. And because of that, you can't really even coach them out of um, whatever malaise stasis they're in. So what I mean by that is, if I were to have a business idea and I would ask a friend or certain friends that I'm talking about right now, they wouldn't even see the business as plausible because for some reason they just don't think that they're capable or that I'm capable or that we're capable. They just don't think that they deserve it essentially, right? And it's like this mentality is just an example. It doesn't apply to everyone, but it really just trickles from not having a tasted the same life path I have. So success compounds. It's not really linear or anything like that. And that's really the problem because I can have vacations to anywhere I really can think of. I can do a lot of things that people my age can't really do. Um, but I'm still very driven. I'm driven towards more success, and even they don't have that hunger. So it's kind of very lonely because even where I stand right now, you don't have many people that can relate to you. In your age group is what I'm always talking about because it's very on average the people that relate to you the most will be in your age group. Um, but it's hard to relate to those people, and then when you strive for more, they're so stuck on keeping whatever they got. They're just trying to stay afloat, and you're living in abundance. So it's just your life paths and lifestyles don't align. And even with your coworkers, especially my coworkers, we make similar money, but they don't have the same habits I do. Maybe they have a girlfriend and she likes to spend money and they like to go on vacations. Maybe they have a kid. I don't know, but they have different lives. So they don't have as much free time maybe. So it really is very lonely at the top when you are walking at a different pace than everyone else. I think that's what it is. And you can't help it. And it's not that you look down on anyone, it's not that you see less of anyone. It's just that you just can't relate, or they can't relate, or both. Neither one of you can really relate to each other. But let me know if you guys have anything to add. Thank you.